Anime is awesome. I've always grown up with anime. In fact, I was exposed to anime at a very young age. Most of these shows I wasn't allowed to watch as a kid, but I still did. I would always sneak around the house, find the nearest TV, and watch whatever anime I can find. Some of my favorite animes that was first introduced was Pokemon, Kiki's Delivery Service, Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh! Those animes. I feel like that was everyone's gateway to anime. People back then thought anime was the nerdiest thing that people were into. You were like, oh, what a geek, what a weeb. Well, people can still call you weebs, don't get me wrong. They particularly made anime into the lower minority group, but now these days, with the popularity of it internationally, anime is everywhere. The reason why anime has been massively popular in countries such as, the United States of the fucking America began very early on in the 1960s with a Japanese animator, Osamu Tezuka, released an anime that caught the attention of this guy. Yeah, this guy who made Pinocchio in space. He thought that anime would be the newest norm cartoon that kids can watch. It would be interesting because of its unique style, while taking inspiration from Disney animated films back in the 1940s. That was the thing with Osamu Tezuka. His favorite movie was Bambi. Fucking Bambi. He must have got used to the fact that Bambi's mom died so many times seeing it in theaters. Astro Boy became a massive hit. And because of that, we started to get other animes like Kimba the White Lion and Speed Racer. But that was all in the 1960s. It wasn't even called anime at the time. They called it Japanese cartoons, or Japanimation, or Japanese animation. It has such a weird established style why it was called like that, but who knows? I don't know. It would only take a couple decades for anime to become massively mainstream in the popularity, and that didn't start until the 1990s. 90s was the highlight of anime. This was the time when anime was starting to become a massive hit in the United States of America. And it was all thanks to the holy trinity of Japanese animation. We got the first one, and this is the most mainstream one that everyone, even if you're not into anime, would understand. And that is Pokemon! Massive success was also due to the popularity of the video game and the trading cards. They basically threw all that shit in America in 1998, all in 1 week. You had to be the cool kid to walk around the playground with these trading cards. Not only did I play Pokemon Yellow version as a kid, but I also was watching the anime at the same time. It's crazy to think that Ash Ketchum has been doing this shit for, over 15 to 20 years. I heard he's finally done, so good for him. It's crazy that he started back in the 90s and made an impact towards a lot of Pokemon fans, especially towards the anime industry. Sailor Moon is massively popular for making the magical girl genre mainstream. It established all the cliches that you know in a magical girl genre because of Sailor Moon. Fun fact, there was a history about how they were trying to get it into the US back in the day, and there's a whole video about the history of Saban Sailor Moon, and it actually started one of the first online fan base. Sailor Moon was an anime I didn't grow up with, but I knew some people that were obsessed with it. Dragon Ball Z. I fucking love. Dragon Ball Z was basically the dude anime. Guys loved it. It was just a bunch of dudes punching each other for so many episodes until one of them powers up into a super form, and then you get a really cool beam attack that is just wow, and then pow, and then bam! Dragon Ball Z also has some of the coolest action figures you can get at Toys R Us as a kid. I used to have a few of them, like the Gohan one and Cell, but I don't know what happened to my toys. Probably a kid like Sid from Toy Story decided to go and burn them. Dragon Ball Z also established the mainstream of shonen animes, such as Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man, the list goes on, just a bunch of fighting animes. This was the anime I loved watching on Toonami. Toonami was everywhere in the late 90s. It all started with these guys from Space Ghost Coast to Coast. They were the original co-hosts, but everything changed when Tom became the host. Voiced by Steve Blum, his incredible Spike Spiegel-esque voice helped create the mood of what Toonami was all about. They picked an awesome category of animes that you can just watch on there. They had their ups and downs over the years. Apparently they shut down at one point, and then Adult Swim decided to pick them up again. they're still running pretty well. There was also the popularity of the Studio Ghibli movies rising in America, and that was because Disney basically made a deal with the company and will distribute these movies in English dub. Starting with Kiki's Delivery Service, which was the first ever anime movie I saw as a kid on VHS. That went on for a little bit until I believe The Wind Rises was the final film that they distribute. Now G-Kids owns all the rights to all the Studio Ghibli movies. Japan was also getting animes in the 90s, such as Neon Genesis Evangelion, Cowboy Bebop, Gundam, Berserk, Mobile G Gundam, Yu Yu Hakusho, Gundam Wing, Revolutionary Girl Utena, Mobile G Fighter Gundam, Vision of Escaflowne. There were also a lot of anime movies such as Ghost in the Shell, Princess Mononoke, Ninja Scroll, End of Evangelion, Perfect Blue. City Pop cover art was definitely 90s inspired. I mean, look at all of this. Its 90s aesthetic style makes it nostalgic to view, alongside with its character designs. It was the final decade where anime was able to shine with the cel-shaded animation technique. The following decade, they started going digital. To all the weebs watching this video who loves feeling that amazing feeling inside when you're listening to someone praising the shit out of anime. Oh yeah, I love when someone says the word One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, and Naruto, or Cowboy Bebop, and says amazing, awesome, achievable. That feeling, it's like, ooh, I feel completed. My day is an A+. Well, guess what? You're gonna have to use that energy to watch anime on Netflix, Hulu, or Amazon Prime, if there's any. This video's over, so that feeling you loved getting inside watching anime, well, my only option is just go watch anime so you get that same feeling again. Good night, bye!